hey midsole mashers and rubber outsole rebels. It's Ed Adios Pro 2 Berlin Edition almost delivered Bud here, with a horse and cash till look at 4 new running shoes. It's the viewer's favourite running shoe, yay or nay? Thanks for tuning in guys, it's always appreciated. If you haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications of when I launch those new videos for you. And it really helps the channel out too if you give this video a thumbs up like, and also share it with your running buddies. Danke schön. Just to let you know what this series is all about, because some people get very confused and they accuse me of saying a shoe's brilliant or it's rubbish without actually trying it out on foot. That's not what this is all about. I'm merely saying whether I'm going to pick these up for testing or leave them on the virtual shelves. Normally I've got some good reasons as to why I won't pick them up or whether I will get them. Sometimes another shoe tuber might just do the shoe more justice, so I'll leave them to review it. Other times there might be a shoe that particularly tickles my fancy, so I'll pick it up. Okay, hope that clears a few things up. Makes it nice and transparent, like a freshly cleaned window. First shoe up today is from XStep, or Next Step, or whatever it is they're called. It's the 160 X 2.0. It's a very catchy title, that one. They call this a professional carbon plate marathon shoe, so that counts me out. A very high stack here, I think you will agree. The company say that the midsole is over 75% more resilient, apparently. I think that means that it's just sort of returns to shape quicker. I think that's 75% more impressive than the midsole on the Zoomfly 4. I'm just jesting. I'm sure some of you will get on really well with that shoe. Not me. Back it goes. First time ever. This dynamic foam sounds exciting, and at least in terms of appearance it does look a little bit like Saucony's Power Run PB foam. Certainly like a pellet based material here. Super packing foam squash. I think the mesh here on the upper is almost more vaporweave than vaporweave itself. And the carbon plate is exposed more than a health secretary during a national lockdown. It's peeping through proudly through the midsole foam there, but there's also something interesting about the plate. They say it's 30% more flexible than other carbon plates, so maybe it won't be quite as rigid. Something more towards a nylon plate, but still with some stiffness. They also say the rubber is 35% less slippery and 4.5 times more resilient, apparently. Not sure how they know, but I'm sure it's true. It says it on the internet, so it must be true. It sounds 100% more exciting though, this shoe, than all those other cookie cutter carbon plate offerings that have been appearing recently. And for 153 Earth credits here in the UK, I think it's worth a shot. So I think it'll be a yay for the XStep 160 X 2.0. That's if I can find it in Gigantor sizes, because it seems to be sold out pretty much everywhere. Shoe 2. Nike have launched the now standard winterized version of their Pegasus shoe. The Pegasus Shield is becoming as regular as Electronic Arts' release of a FIFA title every single year. I last tried the Pegasus 36 Shield. It's probably one of the smelliest shoes that I've ever had. Certainly wasn't one of my favourites. Just a very warm upper, a bit like clammy, that's the word for it. And that super absorbent heel collar in the back there just seems to hang on to a lot of moisture and water, which was the exact opposite of what I thought would happen with the shoe. So the upper on the Pegasus 38 Shield is coated in a PFC-free treatment, apparently, to help repel the moisture. And they've also incorporated some overlays there around the toe box and the medial and lateral sides of the shoe. It appears that Nike have also insulated the tongue of the shoe as well this time round. That will provide some additional warmth in the sub-zero desolate wasteland that will be the UK in December. That's why we've got no gas, petrol or carrots. At least we'll be running and not sliding due to that storm tread outsole. It'll provide some Klingon-like Star Trek vibes for us when the paths are just completely flooded, because no one's cleared the drains out for about 18 months. Hopefully it will provide a bit of grip on the petrified paths. I like the Pegasus 38 this year. It was a good shoe, good solid offering, so yeah, why not? I'll say it's a yay for the Nike Air Zoom Pegasus 38 Shield. I just hope they release some more exciting colourways than these two, because they're really boring, aren't they? Shoe 3. This time we're looking at the New Balance Fresh Foam More 3. I think I've included this one before, but I've had millions of comments to test the shoe out. The viewers seem to be really keen on this one, so it sort of spiked my interest once again in the More 3. More 3 comes in a standard and wide fitting with a hefty weight, along the lines of that Puma Magnifying Nitro that I recently reviewed on the channel. Only a 4mm drop here, and some interesting inclusions of a few lace loops that we last saw on the upper of the New Balance Fuel Cell Rebel. I think this one clocks in about 130 Earth credits here in the UK. I think with that weight of 310 grams, it's going to be close to that Puma Max Cushion shoe, but at only a slightly higher price. I found the 1080 V11 from New Balance just a little bit chunky for my taste. The midsole again lacked a little bit of versatility there, good for impact protection, but not an awful lot else. Never really got on that well with the collar as well, and the heel just didn't really seem to work all that well for me. Collected a lot of gravel and debris. Sadly, looking at this More 3, there's a fair amount of exposed outsole on the bottom of the shoe, and I did find the 1080 V11 to be a little bit slippery in the outsole department. Whether this will be the same, I don't know. Doesn't really look like you got that much lug depth on the More 3. I think with winter coming, I'll probably opt for a more reliable option that I have, which is the Puma Magnifying Nitro. Puma grip on the bottom, you know, you can't go wrong. Touch cheaper, and it's just a little more suited to my needs at this time of year, certainly. So I think it'll be a nay for the More 3 from New Balance. Last shoe up today on the yay or nay is from SAUCONY. They've released an intriguing version of the Speed 2, the RUNSHIELD edition. More hurricane and torrential rain options here, this time from SAUCONY. Surprised they've released a version of their Speed 2 in a winterized format. It's not long since the Speed 2 released really, and there's loads of colourways of it already. A thermal layer has been utilised on the shoe's upper. There seems to be a backing section under a more water resistant top layer. Pretty much everything else though seems to be exactly like the Speed 2 original standard version. I mean, that had a severe limiting factor, which is that slippery outsole. It's great in dry conditions, I just find it really poor when there's any sort of moisture on the ground. So when you're toeing off, you can just feel the shoe just slipping. Not much has changed here. I was hoping for some new lugs, maybe deeper protrusions, and less of that exposed midsole material on the outsole. But sadly, none of my dreams have been fulfilled this time around, guys. Just as with the Endorphin Pro Plus, this one is going to be a nay for me. Just not enough there to warrant me shelling out some more Earth credits on a shoe that really doesn't have that much to put it apart from the standard version of the shoe. I haven't got that many miles into the Speed 2 yet. I aim to do that over the next few weeks. 150 Earth credits is just a lot to blast out for not an awful lot. Same with that Pro Plus, just a different upper. Same midsole. Come on. So it's a nay for me for the SAUCONY Endorphin Speed 2 RUNSHIELD. That's my 4 shoes selection for the day, guys. Let me know whether it's a yay or nay for those 4 down in the comments. A quick musical interlude for you. I think I included the Fontaine's DC album A Hero's Death a couple of videos ago. Got me listening back to their first album Doggerel. I think that was released back in 2019. This band are fantastic, guys. Do check out their debut. It's a little more caustic, I suppose, and kind of ragged, noisy and grainy, but still with wonderful lyrics there. Absolutely fantastic subject matters. There's not really a bad track on here, and I do find it a good album to listen to if you're going to get out there running, if you're going to do some higher paces. This is the one for you. Television Screens is one of my favourites, but I like the urgency that you hear within Liberty Bell. It's like they're pulling a rubber band in the initial parts of the song, and then they let it go and it just flies off. Sort of helps to propel you forward. Do go and check this one out, guys. One of the best bands that have come along for a long time. Fontaine's DC, their debut album Doggerel. Okay, thanks for sticking with me through the video, guys. It's always appreciated. We just got over 22,500 subscribers, so we're a quarter of the way there to the YouTube button. Love to get one of those, so that'd be amazing to get to that point, 100,000. We can do it. I know we can. If you haven't done so already, guys, please hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications of when I launch those new videos. And it helps the channel out a huge amount if you give this video a thumbs up like, but also share it with your running buddies. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you